Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
And we're back. Episode 40 of Boston's Big Podcast. We're back in the basement. Jack and Owen here, bringing you the latest in Boston sports, New England music, all that good stuff. Episode 40 obviously has to be episode Tuukka Rask. I don't think there's any question about that. He's far and away the best number 40. That
brick wall.
Yeah,
most of the time.
One of the greatest goalies in Bruins history. He's up there.
Amazing.
Yeah, so shout out to Tuukka Rask. This is episode Tuukka Rask.
And I've commented before, he's got that terrifying bear mask.
Yes.
There's the bravery of the opponents to get anywhere near that.
He designed that himself.
He must have had a hand in it, I imagine.
Yeah.
Or maybe they presented him with like a number of designs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he deserves all the prowess he can get.
Yeah, shout out Tuukka Rask. And also shout out Dave Henderson, former Red Sox player. Back in the 80s, he wore number 40. I'm trying to think who else. Dino Raja of the Celtics. Nobody really notable other than Rask, to be honest. So shout out Tuukka Rask.
Shout out Tuukka Rask, doing big things for us. The Bears are back, baby. If you don't,
the Bears are back. Actually, Thursday, their season begins.
It's gonna be good.
Yep, they had their media day today. So we'll get to some Bruins stuff later, but we're going to start with the Red Sox.
Yeah, well, actually, I just want to, real quick.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of beginnings, another significance of the number 40. Back in the 1940s, video was first introduced. And signifying such inventions, we've introduced video to our
We have. I almost just forgot we were on video until you mentioned that.
There is
not
video.
Used to it.
Yeah,
I'm not used to it.
We got people streaming live audience. I don't know if you guys can tell anyone watching live. There's actually an audience in front of us.
Yeah, chime in. Tell us how we're looking on the video broadcast.
Yeah, sound off in the comments if we look great.
Yep.
And, keep it to yourself. If not, we'll figure it out.
The Bruins play Dallas on Thursday, by the way. I had to look that up.
I also made up the 1940 video being invented. Could have been earlier. Could have been much later. I assume it was around then.
I feel like it was a little earlier. I don't know.
Had to have been. Edison had some fooling with motion pictures. So
right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's come a long way, though. It's come a long way. You know?
Yes.
Now we got this little GoPro here, and
we're doing it.
Broadcast to all these people. Yeah.
Shout out GoPro. Please sponsor us.
Shout out GoPro.
We're sponsored currently by Blue Chew, the only chew for men. I'm just kidding. We're not sponsored by
yes, we are. We're running with that. Blue Chew. Is that even a real thing?
Yes, it's like an erectile dysfunction thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we're not sponsored by them.
For hymns and other erectile dysfunction things. There's many off-brand erectile dysfunction things that podcasts are advertising these days. I don't know if people are. I don't want to derail.
Are there really?
Yes, that's in a lot of things
that's a thing?
now. Yeah, for hymns, and. Yeah, anyways, back to it. I'm just saying, it's hilarious.
Back to
We're looking for sponsors.
We are looking for sponsors.
Hit us up. Sound off in the comments if you want to be sponsored. We might shine some light on you.
If you're lucky. So Red Sox.
So taking the carousel home.
Yeah. Easty, by the way, not here again.
Yeah, he's back to Habitat. They had to call him. I guess he hadn't finished one of the houses. That typical son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. He's great. Shout out Easty.
Good kid.
Yeah.
Good guy. Red Sox season has come to an end.
It's sad, but it happened.
Which means you're
finished strong though. Finished on a high note.
Yeah, that was a good last game. And if it happens to be Mookie's last moment as a Red Sox, then.
Yeah, they got some decisions to make. Who's going to stay? Who's going to go?
I hope Mookie stays. Obviously, the main, the main goal this offseason is to get pitching and starting pitching and bullpen like without a doubt, was the huge weakness this year.
Yeah, big hole. I mean, it was
Big
shootouts. We had
time
big
hole.
shootouts, high-scoring games, but we just
I
couldn't
mean,
get
the
these
amount
people
of
out.
nights, the amount of nights this past Red Sox season where, we would go down. I would get an alert on my phone, within an hour of the game starting, and we're already losing by 3-4 runs, and it's like you can't be chasing runs after the first inning every night. That's exhausting. Like
Exactly.
Shout out to the offense.
Shout
they
out
did their
offense.
thing.
They really did.
Shout out the heavy hitters.
Shout out the heavy hitters. That's who we need.
Yeah.
Get some more heavy
Rafael
hitters.
Devers, Xander Bogaerts, they showed out this year. They were amazing.
Devers has got to be the most entertaining to watch just through facial expressions. That's he's fantastic.
He's amazing. Only 22 years old. He became the second youngest player in baseball history to hit 30 home runs, 50 doubles, and have 200 hits overall in a season. He's second behind 21-year-old Alex Rodriguez in 1996. Little stat there for you.
Shouts out Rafael.
Yeah, Rafael Devers absolutely killed it this year, as did Bogarts. Christian Vazquez had a good year. J.D. Martinez had a good year. Mookie Betts had a good year. He wasn't up to his MVP level that he was last year, but you can't expect that every season. He was still very good. And as far as the pitching goes, Eduardo Rodriguez was good. And out of the bullpen, Brandon Workman was really impressive. And then everyone else on the pitching staff was trash.
True. Yeah.
We had two good pitchers, one starter and one out of the bullpen. That was
throwing
pretty much
meatballs.
it. Obviously, Sale, disappointing. Signing that big contract. Yeah, we got a baseball game on here.
Slight interference.
Yeah, obviously Chris Sale, huge disappointment. What?
Never mind
We
it.
good?
I was hoping we could kill the external volume, but I think it doesn't matter.
It's buffering right now, anyways. Yeah. So Chris Sale signed a 5-year deal last offseason, and I mean it was a risky move considering his injury problems in the past. Even though he was solid at the end of the run last year, he was still pretty worn down at that point. He really emptied the tank in the playoffs, and he was hurting this year. And it was weird, though, because there were certain nights where he would go out there and have, one of the best games of his career, and then he would have 5 bad starts in a row after that, and then he ultimately just got hurt and his season was over. But
injuries can do that.
Injuries, yeah. So he needs to figure out the injury thing, and I think the injury thing kind of crept into his head a little bit and, became a mental thing too. So
Yeah.
And then David Price obviously was disappointing. He started out strong, then was disappointing, and then got hurt, and then after that, you can't really ask for much from the starting rotation. Eduardo Rodriguez was incredible. He finally was able to put it together for a full season, which we've been waiting for. So that was promising to see. But yeah, basically the complacency last offseason, no urgency to go out and get pitching when it was clearly a need. Even though they won the World Series last year, they had trouble out of the bullpen during the regular season, and the only reason they got by in the playoffs was because, guys just emptied the tank. They, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pulled out all the stops.
Yeah.
Threw in whoever they had to throw in. Chris Sale closed out the fucking last game of the World Series. Those guys were worn down after that. You couldn't expect that repeat performance this year, and especially getting rid of Kimbrel too, or letting him walk, and Joe Kelly as well. And then those other guys like Brazier, you couldn't expect him to duplicate that, and he didn't. He ended up down in Pawtucket. So it was a mess all year.
Seems like they took the pitching for granted and realized that
they
had to focus on
They took the
offense.
season for granted in general. The offense was all set because they already had a great offense, but the pitching was the weakness, and they took it for granted because they were just on a high after the World Series, and they felt like they didn't need to make any adjustments because they had people talked about the bullpen being bad last year, and they still got by. And
I mean, it's interesting because a team like that, like they'll win, and then you'll have a season like this where it's really we almost had no expectations of going all the way. It seemed like about
well, at the
halfway
beginning
through
of the
this-
year we did.
That's true. I mean, but
About halfway through, you knew it wasn't going to happen because
And but in other years, you'd have like in 2013, that was a fully underdog team. It almost seemed like we weren't ready. It was a team that kind of wasn't expected to win anything, and then it turns out they were winning the World Series that year. And I mean, it's hard to repeat that like constantly.
right, and then they were bad in 2014. And so
A rebuilding year can sometimes surprise you, but it seems like in that case they had a known established team, and just it couldn't.
They just had to
piece
tweak
together
some
the right
things
puzzles.
with the pitching rotation.
Yeah.
And if they had better pitching, their offense put up huge numbers this year. If they had decent
Exactly.
pitching, just
I think-
decent pitching. Their pitching was so bad. Like Rick Porcello, the amount of times he gave up a home run in the first inning, like it was hard to watch. Halfway
must
through
have
the
set a
season, the Red Sox were not even worth watching. I can't even imagine how low the ratings got.
I have to wonder what's the highest amount of runs a team's gotten in a regular season that didn't end up making it into the playoffs. It could have been
They're probably up there.
could have been the Red Sox this season.
Actually,
Just
that's a good point. I'll have to look that up.
yeah, it's
They're definitely up there. There's no doubt.
it's interesting stats, and I mean, I'm not too much of a baseball numbers guy, but I know baseball in particular goes really deep on those specific stats.
I bet I could find that. That's that's a good one. I need to look that up.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's all types of little records getting set like that throughout the seasons. But yeah, Red Sox always pulling out a show, win or lose. It's fun to go. Everyone loves to just be at Fenway Park. It's a real good feel.
Yeah, we were talking about that a few episodes ago. How like going to Red Sox games has become more of just like a social gathering rather than. Hold on, let me take care of this.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Oh, you are my hero. You know when you're just like always focusing on that external sound? That was me. Now I'm happy.
We got a little wild card baseball game going on in the background. Milwaukee Brewers.
Staying tuned.
Yeah.
Always knowing what's going on.
But yeah, we were talking about it a few episodes ago how Red Sox games have become more just like a social gathering than. I mean, there's a lot of casual fans that go that don't know anything about the game and they just go just for the experience.
And it's very rare. I mean, I think it's probably over the years dwindled. I'm sure if you did a time lapse for this long extended period of decades, you'd see less and less people in the stands in these games with the scorecards. I mean, how many people really has a scorecard anymore?
Nobody does that anymore.
A real fan sits down and takes that score. I mean, I've those real baseball
I
fanatics.
wouldn't say real. I mean, the people that do that are definitely real baseball fans. There's
That's
no
true.
question about that.
I guess it's not a qualifier immediately.
It's not a
but
qualifier because I feel like if you're really a fan of a team and you want to watch the game, like it's hard to.
And these days, it's all recorded, so you don't really need it.
And plus, if you're out,
But it's a memory.
if you're out with people, like you don't want to be writing after every single pitch or every single play.
I do know of some people that are old school, and they will. Bring
I've seen
a
people do
scorecard
that.
Every,
I've seen
every
people
game.
do that.
I mean, walking around the stands, I do see a good amount of people.
I
with
used to
them,
see like
but-
old
but they're
guys at
usually
Fenway
older.
with like they would come with like a Walkman or like a little transistor radio and like
Oh, and they get the
put
live,
headphones
yeah.
in and they would listen to the radio broadcast and be taking the score and like so they can listen to whatever stats are.
I do still
relevant,
see that. Yeah.
which is that's a hardcore baseball fan right there. That's a dying breed.
It
won't
is.
see-
Yeah.
You won't see that in a few years.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Shout out to baseball though.
Shout out baseball, America's pastime.
Yeah. Fuck all the baseball haters out there.
Yeah, it is slow. We get it.
Yeah, it's always been
Whatever.
slow.
It's
I
just
get
go
it
and
is
take a nap. Whatever.
it
Watch
is
take
slower
a
than
nap.
usual right now. I mean, it has gotten progressively slower over the last few years. But regardless, if your team is good, it's still fun to watch. Like the Red Sox last year were fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
This year, they were nearly impossible to watch because they never really lived up to their potential, and
And
the pitching was just so bad, and it was they weren't enjoyable.
Seats were empty majority of games. I don't think I maybe saw a small handful of games where the seats were full. And just a reminder, folks, vendor out here, get your hot dogs here, get your peanuts here. Anyone want a water here? Water, lemonades here. I'm sorry.
So you just wrapped up another season.
Had to get it out. End of the season.
Yeah.
Can't do that for another 8 months.
Yeah.
So
you're heading back. You're heading back in 2020.
I think so.
You signed a 1-year extension.
Well, yeah, I'm at least guaranteed a spot. I'm
Okay,
guaranteed a
that's
spot
good.
on the team.
All right.
So we'll see how it
Keep
goes.
that in mind. Look for Owen in the stands next year at Fenway.
Yeah, shout out vendors.
Shout out vendors doing God's work out there when you're hungry and you don't want to get up.
Yeah, that guy bringing you a nice cold lemonade on a hot day.
Or thirsty, whatever.
That guy bringing you that amazing
Yeah.
foot long
Hey.
when you needed it.
Hey, tip your vendors. Tip your vendors.
Yeah, tip your vendors. We work hard.
No doubt.
Shameless plug. But
No, it's all good. It's all good.
yeah, season's over, so getting my last baseball calls in.
Yeah.
Peanuts, yeah.
Hopefully next year will be more exciting.
It will be. They know the mistakes they made.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be a bounce back
They made
year.
some
The
firings.
inconsistency of the Red Sox over the last 15 years has been so annoying because, yeah, they've won 4 championships, which is amazing. That's more than anyone could have ever thought when they went 86 years without one. But it's amazing how many disappointing years they've had over that span, too. It's like they
Yeah.
either win the World Series or they suck.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of
legit.
peaks and valleys. Yeah,
It's so weird.
peaks and valleys with those teams. But
Like
you
you
gotta
think
love
about
it.
the bad seasons, like 2011 was a disaster, 2012 was a disaster, 2014 was really bad, 2015 was really bad, but we won the World Series in 2004, 07, 13, and 18. Like,
Yeah,
but we've had all these bad seasons, and 05, the year after we won in 04, was also bad. Like every time we win the World Series, we follow it up with a bad year. Besides 2007. Because then we went to the ALCS in 2008 and lost to the Rays. I think it's 7 games. So we almost made it that year. But other than that, 04, 13, and 18, we followed those championship years up with sucky, underachieving years.
it's true. So I guess
So,
riding off.
They need to start studying what the Patriots do because somehow they're able to stay consistent every year. But
Doing
they're
their
an anomaly.
jobs. It would be interesting to see cross sport coaching. Let's get Belichick coaching the Red Sox.
Well,
How's that? What's going to happen there? Well, what would the signs be like if Belichick coached the Red Sox?
Things would change. Like exactly what we're talking about. They would be more consistent, I believe, because
Sound off in the comments if you think Belichick should coach the Red Sox.
I think he should, honestly. Or he should at least. All right, so this actually ties into an article I wrote earlier today.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, this is actually
Segue.
perfect.
Unplanned segue.
BostonsBig4.com, check it out. So before this season, actually way back in January, Alex Cora said that he basically guaranteed that the Red Sox were going to be better this year than they were last year. Now, keep in mind, last year they won 119 games, best season in team history.
Most winning season.
Best season in team history, won the World Series, and he's guaranteeing that they're going to be better. He said, I honestly think we're going to be better this year, and he was like, and we'll see what kind of luck we have in October. So he was already talking about October before the season started. Okay? This is back in January, and he's overlooking the whole regular season and saying, hopefully we'll be ready in October, and I think we're going to be better this year. So just totally, now picture Bill Belichick in June at OTAs saying, "Oh,
It today we're doing." What we
saying,
gotta do
saying, hopefully, we're gonna have a great year, and hopefully, come January, we'll be able to run through the playoffs." Can you ever picture Bill Belichick saying something like that?
No.
No.
Yeah, the arrogance to assume.
So that speaks to, and then Tom Brady in a recent interview, probably a couple months ago with Willie McGinnis. Shout out Willie McGinnis.
Joe.
Brady said the way that he approaches every new season is like he's at the bottom of the mountain with the rest of the league, and everyone else has to climb to the top.
You got to
And
prove
then
yourself. It's
once
not
you start
based
the
on
new
what you did.
season, you start at the bottom with everyone else, and you have a new group of climbers with you, and you got to make it to the top. And that's the opposite mentality that the Red Sox had, or that Alex Cora had, and obviously the manager, that spreads throughout the team.
Yeah. They assume their position.
And the general manager, not going out and getting a pitching and assuming the pitching was okay and they didn't need any changes, that's also being complacent and overconfident, after winning a World Series. So, yeah, horrible approach to the year for the Red Sox. That's all I have to say. And
Sad.
if they took more of a Patriots-type approach. Oh, and also Cora last season had said that he wanted to talk to Belichick at some point to try to learn about how to defend a title. And he never ended up meeting up with him. So
probably
he should
because
definitely
Belichick didn't want to meet up with him.
He should definitely try to get after that this offseason.
Yeah,
They need that Patriots mentality.
definitely.
It's proven to work for 20 years. So.
Yeah, it
And
could
the
make
Red
a big
Sox,
difference.
Despite winning 4 World Series, which is great, they've been so inconsistent in the other years. And so, yeah, kind of, taking that exact same mentality next year, the Red Sox, starting at the bottom of the mountain, which is what they should have done this past year. Winning the World Series does not carry over, through the winter into the spring to the next season. It
does
doesn't.
not. Yeah, you need to stay sharp. You can't get complacent.
Everyone else is
People are
getting
gonna
better.
learn your tactics.
Everyone else is getting
before.
better, so
Yeah.
you got to get better. Like, that's, sports
It
101.
is almost, I guess, in many ways, if you keep most of the same team together, it's sort of a disadvantage because if other teams, you're going to have most of the same players, so they'll be familiar with how you played before. So if you haven't changed up any of your strategy or anything, it's
Right.
going to become predictable.
Right, which is what the Red Sox did, and they lost Craig Kimbrell, so they didn't have a closer. So it was like they did get worse, too, and they got complacent, and it was a disappointing year.
It's all right though. I hope they can do a little flipping and flopping, figure it out. There was some shots off the bow. Someone got fired, I believe.
Oh, Dombrowski, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonzo.
Gone.
He got fired before the season ended a few weeks ago. So
Sad.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see who the new general manager is. Theo Epstein, holla at your boy.
Holla. Theo, come
John
back,
Henry.
win some stuff.
That's his boy.
Yeah.
Not me. Theo would be nice, but honestly, anyone besides Dombrowski. Dombrowski is famous for depleting farm system, like going all out to win a World Series, and then leaving you in shambles after that. That's what he does everywhere he goes.
Interesting.
So that's what he did. He'll trade away your farm system, all your prospects, to get stars, win a World Series, and then when those stars die out, you're left with nothing because your farm system's depleted. He's done that everywhere he's gone.
Really?
Yeah, he did that in
if
Florida.
It works,
he did that in Detroit, and he did that with us. So
if it's a business model
he
for
usually,
this guy.
yeah, he won a World Series in Florida. He almost won one in Detroit, and then he won one here. And then each time he ended up getting fired once the team started to suck, and they were left with nothing. And so it's a good strategy for if you're trying to win right away, but not really build for the future, not even think about the future.
Yeah. It's one way to break a curse.
But
But perhaps curse yourself for a few more years.
Oh well, we got that ring last year.
Couple rings.
4 rings. So, if you told someone a Red Sox fan in 2004, early 2004, that they were about to win 4 World Series in the next 15 years,
They'd be pretty
especially an old, 75-year-old Red Sox fan who'd been waiting his whole life, he'd be like, "Nah, you're crazy."
Yeah, they'll never win. I've never seen them win.
Yeah. So,
Oh God.
can't complain too much, but consistency, please.
Please.
Have a couple good years in a row, not just one and then suck. That'd be fun. But let's move on to the Pats because it is football season. 4-0.
Sort of.
They had a bit of a test last week.
Yeah, a little sloppy. Defense still coming through with a TD.
Oh, defense! The defense
fantastic.
is amazing. They finally let up a touchdown, their first one since
Yeah, sad.
the AFC
but
Championship.
It was bound to happen, I
But
guess.
it was I don't even think it was a touchdown. Did you see it?
Oh yes, it was.
He reached over the goal line. Josh Allen reached over the goal line.
They
the ball
called
got
it
punched
really
out.
quick, confidently. I was
I
surprised.
mean, I guess like the nose of the ball like crossed the line for a split second before it got punched out of his hand.
It didn't
But it's
seem in
like,
control.
For that to be
yeah.
the one touchdown they've let up in 4 games, like it was such a cheap one.
Yeah, it was. I
Or
mean,
5 games. So yeah, it was a cheap one. They still haven't let an actual human being into the end zone.
they have not crossed. It's been a struggle, is
Yeah.
all it is.
Exactly.
I mean, if that's the farthest they can get right
Devin
now,
McCourty interception in all 4 games so far,
love that.
leading the NFL in interceptions.
Give us that ball turnover.
Yep. McCourty's leading the NFL in interceptions. Jamie Collins is second in the NFL with 3 interceptions. So we got the top 2 pick leaders in the league, and the D line looks great. The linebackers, everybody's solid on the defense.
Looking
Tom
great.
Brady said, I think today or yesterday in an interview, that he's never seen one of his defenses play like this before,
Wow.
which is high praise because I mean, I guess
Had
what
some
he's
great
saying is
defense in
they've
the
had some
past,
great
yeah.
defenses. Yeah, I guess what he's saying is he's never seen, they've never had a defense that's gotten off to this great of a start.
Yeah, well, I guess the aggression,
But you can't
to be
compare-
getting defensive touchdowns,
Yeah.
more than once.
I mean, the talent, is definitely, all time. I'm not going to put him ahead of, the 04 defense with, Ty Law and Teddy Bruschi and,
Shout
Mike
out Teddy
Vrabel and all Richard Seymour and all those guys. Like, I'm not going to put him ahead of that because
Yeah.
those guys were, if they, obviously
Legendary.
if they win the Super Bowl, then we can talk about that.
yeah,
But the defense doing its thing. The offense struggled last game.
it was.
But
it was
I have to say
sloppy,
the Bills'
yeah.
defense is impressive. Also, definitely one of the best in the league from what we've seen so far. So their defense is legit. But yeah, it was a disappointing game offensively. Really, nothing happened from like the midway point through the second quarter on. There was really nothing going on.
Yeah.
There was stuff in the run. You didn't see much from Dorsett or Gordon. Steven Gostowski missed another extra point.
Yeah, disappointing. I don't know why.
He's missed
do your job,
4 now. He's 10 of 14 on the year.
which is, I mean, unacceptable. Those are free throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's insane.
How often? I mean, honestly though, I don't truly know the number, but like, how often does this happen? Like, how many
Missing
kickers,
an extra point.
How many kickers miss it? Like, I almost expect it
So
every
Steven
time.
Gostowski until, let me see. Coming into this year, he had only missed 9, or he had only missed 8 extra points in his career, which is a 12, 13-year career. But in the past, I want to say that half of those have come in the past 3-4 years. So he's kind of starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
He missed a huge one in the AFC Championship against the Broncos in 2015.
Oof.
And that's where I feel like it really started to go downhill for him. He missed a huge one in the Super Bowl in 2016, the 28-3 comeback. He's the reason that we had to keep going for 2 at the end of the game, and luckily we got it and won the game.
Yeah.
But he easily could have lost us a Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
And he's just been shaky the last couple of years since then. And this year he's off to a really bad start. So it's kind of a mental thing at this point, obviously. It's getting to the point where the Patriots might decide to go for 2 instead of kicking field goals.
Could be more consistent. Yeah.
I heard today that over Tom Brady's career, the Patriots are 58% on 2-point conversions. And Gostowski this year is 10 for 14. So I mean,
it's better, but it's not,
better, but it's not that much better.
It's almost the risk reward factor.
Exactly, because you want to get 2 points. Like it's the fact that they even have to think about that is like not good.
It's embarrassing. Gostowski
It's embarrassing.
should honestly just get his shit together.
Because Gostowski
he's
is
doing
the
well.
highest paid kicker in the league.
Yeah, maybe not deserved anymore. It's
Not
weird
deserved.
what
It's
the
certainly not
legacy can
deserved
give you.
anymore. And
I miss Vinatieri.
Yeah, Vinatieri is great. Vinatieri's still playing. Oldest
That's
guy in the
actually hard to
NFL.
believe, yeah.
46 years old, I believe. He was drafted in 96, and he's still playing.
Wow.
Incredible. He's the only guy drafted in the 90s that's still playing.
That's nuts.
And then Brady was drafted in 2000, and then there's nobody else that was drafted before, like...
No one's older than that?
No.
Wow.
I'd say third oldest might be Frank Gore, who we played against this past weekend.
That's crazy interesting. I actually forget about
Football
that
players
a lot.
don't play that long.
How old, like, you...
I mean, Vinatieri's a kicker.
Veteran.
Kickers play longer than anyone because there's no contact, really.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks can play pretty long as they don't get too beat up like Andrew Luck did. But Brady's been pretty good at avoiding hits, and he's had pretty good offensive lines.
Yeah.
And he does the TB12 thing, and he's pliable and all that.
Yeah.
So
Pea-based proteins.
yeah, exactly. He, makes
Very
his special
interesting.
juices and nuts and all that shit.
Yeah. I guess shout out vegans. It's gotta
Is
happen.
he vegan?
I don't
must
know.
be.
No,
I don't
I think he eats meat. He might eat fish.
I don't know.
Fish are good for you.
Yeah.
Pescatarian. That's cool. Yeah, TB12.
TB12.
It's a brand.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty exciting. My fantasy is I'm now I think tied for first. I don't know who's actually in first, Gavin or me, but it's getting pretty tight because people are
So you're what?
people
3
are
and
falling
1?
apart. Yeah, I'm 3-1 now.
I'm 3-1 also.
Three of us are 3-1.
Yeah, so 3 of us are 3
Are we
and
in
1.
the same division?
I don't think so. No,
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's good.
I think 4 of us are 3 and 1, or is it just 3?
Gavin and I are 3, and so there's
There's 2 in your division and there's 2 in my division that are.
Oh, so there's 4.
There's 4, I believe.
Is Sam?
No, Sam's 2 and 2. I checked that today. Big upset. Burke beat Gavin. Burke
That's
had not
pretty
won a
funny.
game, and Gavin was undefeated. And Burke beat him by 2 points.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Gotta respect it.
What were we looking up?
The standings, fantasy standings.
Yeah, so
Calling out all the
3
fools
and
out there.
1.
Anyone who's making mistakes out on fantasy. Anyone who's not drafting Rob Gronkowski, he's coming back. He's coming back next week.
Jesus
He'll be
Christ.
here. I'm calling
Inside
it right
sources.
now. Inside sources. He's coming back next week.
Yeah, so we got you and Gavin both 3 and 1, and then in my division we got Dylan O'Toole and myself. So there we go. And whoop ass Dave Eastman is a 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Not great.
That's rough, yeah.
It's pretty bad actually.
It's all right.
Nah, it's pretty bad.
Whatever.
No, I'm just fucking with him. He knows.
Sorry, Easton.
He knows I'm messing with him.
But yeah, honestly, get your team up because we don't want to hear your complaints.
Yeah.
Get with it. Get with the times, bro. Get with the times.
The Patriots.
That was weird.
As we said last week, last episode, the Patriots don't have a real game until. I mean, I guess this last one was a real game, but they still won. But they don't have a real contest until the Ravens, November 3rd.
Yeah.
And they got the Browns the week before that. But until then, and the Browns, the Browns look like they could be
going to be
decent.
the real test.
That's what and that's when we always play our best. But
yeah.
yeah, they have a cupcake schedule to start the year. Aside from the Bills, they're pretty good, but their offense sucks. Josh Allen, not good.
It's a matter of getting it together. And I mean, as far as
the Pats usually start like 2-2 and still win the Super Bowl, and they're 4-0. So
yeah, that's true. You can do it. I mean, you can make work with a lot of stuff. I mean, the Red Sox had the biggest comeback in history to win their historic World Series. So it's things can always turn around. There's always hope, especially with Boston sports. So I never count them out, even when we're dominating. But you feel especially good when we're starting the season undefeated.
Yeah.
Even though
It's nice.
we
And
can see the kinks getting worked out.
Next week is a win. Mark it, already. We're playing the Washington Redskins, who are 0-4, haven't won a game. 0 chance they beat us. Like,
hey, dude, this is what I'm saying right now. You never know, but we gotta stay sharp.
The Washington Redskins.
I'm not expecting it, but I'm just saying. Let's keep an eye out.
0 chance.
Tortoise in the hair. You don't want to get caught sleeping.
By a million.
Pats by a million, sure, but you don't want to get caught sleeping. Everybody know this.
The Pats won't get caught sleeping. I can sleep. I'm not playing.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
So yeah, everything's running smoothly for the Pats right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, aside from the offense last week, but they'll figure that all out. Bruins.
Shout out Bruins. The Bears are back.
Yeah,
baby.
That was a great.
The Bears are back.
That was a great little soundbite from the last episode.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was great. I think people did enjoy it. Got some good reaction.
Yeah.
People love the voice.
Whoever that crazy man was that was yelling about the Bruins.
That crazy man who has a Instagram now, so we know who he is.
Yeah, there's a new Instagram
Even though
account
he
out there.
doesn't have any pictures up yet, but he'll get to that.
No, there's pictures on there. I guess tagged pictures. But
that doesn't count.
It doesn't
You
count.
have not posted any pictures.
No, I don't post stuff, guys. My bad.
You gotta post something every now and then.
Yeah, to my many followers, I don't post many things.
Next time when I post a promo clip for this podcast, just repost that or something.
I don't know how to do that. I was trying to repost.
Oh, there's an app for it. I'll show it to you.
There's an app to repost Instagram?
Yeah.
Why do I have to have another app?
Oh, to repost videos, you have to have an app.
On Instagram?
Yeah, to repost videos on Instagram, there's an app called Repost.
I
swear to God.
Breaking the fourth wall right now. I'm just looking at the view. Why?
I don't know, actually. It's kind of stupid. It's
kind
of like how...
did you want to do something on our app? Download another app.
Yeah, it's like
what
how Facebook has Messenger as a separate app. Like, it's that kind of shit.
It's
stupid.
frustrating as what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't post anything. I can kind of understand Messenger because it could be a standalone thing because you message and everything. But, for me to post videos on this app that I already have, a different app, what do you mean? Doesn't even make sense. Cancel it.
I don't know why that's
Instagram,
a thing,
you're
to be
canceled.
honest.
I also don't know what time I'm at in my video on Instagram. How do I know how far I am in the video? There's no time. I don't know what the bar is. If it's a video that someone posts, I don't know how far I'm into the video.
They can't be longer than a minute.
Yeah, but now I gotta wait at least a minute to see if it ends.
You can usually see, if you tap it, you can see there's a clock in the corner, I think.
It doesn't do it. It only shows it in the very beginning.
It shows in the beginning, yeah. I know, I think you're right.
See,
it doesn't come back up.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's how they suck you in.
I'm new to Instagram.
That's how they suck you in.
I'm
they
out
don't
here
want you to know how much
replaying
time's
videos.
left in the video.
It's disappointing, everybody, because I want to be a part of this stuff. I was on Facebook.
How are you liking
only.
Instagram so far? You don't like it?
These are my complaints about
these
it.
Are your complaints. Do you have anything you like about it?
I like the memes. But here's the thing. I pretty much saw
who
all
are you
these
following? Who's your favorite person that you're following?
All the comedians.
So far? All the comedians. Comedians are the best.
They're
the
my
best
favorite.
people to follow.
Shout out Crystalia. Shout out
Theo Von.
Eliza Schlesinger. Shout out Nikki Glazer. Shout out Theo Von.
Do you follow Theo Von?
Of course.
Did you see the video of him picking up the hitchhiker the other day?
Yes.
You did see that in Hawaii?
Oh my God, that was so funny.
That
yes,
funny.
And he was like catch and release, baby.
Yeah,
catch and release. Oh
First of all,
God.
he drives up to it and he's like, up to it, the person.
Yeah.
But he goes, oh, it's my favorite outdoor animal.
Live human.
And I expect it to be like an animal, and then, the next clip is him showing the person, and it says a hitcha. And then he picks him up and he's talking to him, and he's like, "How long you been hitchhiking for?" And then he's like, "Yeah, catch and release, baby." He's like, "I'm unmurdered."
Unmurdered. Yeah, he had been murdered, but he became unmurdered.
Yeah. Now, shout out Theo Von.
Theo
Comedians
Von.
are good to follow.
They're the only ones to follow. Everything else is too serious. Comedians and music.
Yeah, comedians and rappers.
Yeah, it's fun. I found a funny thing by Prof
I follow
today.
a lot of athletes too, obviously.
Yeah.
They're fun. Some of them are fun. Brady, you got to follow Brady. Do you follow Brady?
I don't think so.
No, Brady's like the king of social media.
I just
He
started.
obviously has someone else like, create the videos for him, but
I believe it. Oh wait, no, I haven't seen Brady videos. No, you maybe posted them.
I've reposted them.
That
yeah.
must have been
He
why.
plays Cousin Stiz. Like,
Yes, that was why. I
Yeah.
remember. Okay.
Brady's Instagram is definitely worth a follow.
Yeah, I'll definitely get out there. It's actually really weird how the algorithm works because there's definitely stuff that it knew I would already have liked. Like, I didn't even connect it to my Facebook, so it didn't have any of that stuff. But it had listed, like, a bunch of things I was definitely going to already
Do you use
like.
Apple Music?
No.
I don't know.
I just did it with an email. So, I don't know. Maybe Google knew. But
That's creepy, though.
it was weird. I mean, not maybe. Google knew.
Yeah,
but I'm
Google
like,
fucking knew, man.
did Google tell them? But
I don't know. Yeah. Who snitched?
Yeah,
Was it Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Someone, Tekashi 6ix9ine told Instagram all the things that I was gonna like,
Probably.
and now that's why I had them lined up right away.
Oh
But
my
a bunch
gosh.
of stuff happened. Like for example, it had no idea like anyone I know. So I'd be like, I was like just trying to get a few friends because I didn't sync any contacts from anything. So I was just like searching a few like core people to try to like
Yeah.
get on my thing, and it was like they wouldn't show up because it was like so out of whack, like the algorithm. Like I'd be like typing someone's full name and they didn't come up, but then I would like find that person later like in someone else's like friends list, and I'm like, I typed them in, like they just didn't show up. But it was like
That's a weird thing about Instagram. Like, even someone who's like, who you follow each other and you like each other's stuff, you'll look for their name and it won't even come up.
it's weird.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it
what
was.
I know this person. Why aren't they showing up? It's
So yeah, it seemed like it was pretty hard to just find people I know. But now that I have a few friends, like all the suggestions are
suggestions
accurate
come
now.
in.
It's like
yeah, once you start following a few people, you'll get all sorts of suggestions, and you'll just
Yeah.
be like, oh, like, do you follow Palmer Squares?
oh yeah,
Terminac? Yeah, they're funny.
they're the best. Shout out Terminac. Hung out with them at the show.
Yep.
Hung out with Nasty.
Shout
We're
out
gonna
Nasty.
get to that though.
Yes. Yeah. Good stuff.
Shout out the Patriot. Shout out local music.
For sure. Shout out the Bruins.
Yeah, shout out the Bruins. I'm excited. Hockey season will be fun. Let's hang at the Garden. We made a little trip around the city today.
We did.
Or not today, but
A few days ago.
yeah, this week. It was
Yeah, we did. We made our rounds. We went to Fenway. We went to the Garden.
we went to a
Got some-
24-hour bakery. We got some sweets.
Got
It
some
was
footage.
Amazing.
Got some great footage.
We did. We caught some hot footy.
Yeah.
And you can catch us out there at hashtag Boston's Big Four, hashtag Boston'sBig4.com. And
It's not hashtag Boston's Big Four.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys.
You
I don't know what
nobody
this is.
hashtags a website. Like,
I don't know what
that's-
this is.
yeah. I don't know, man. Just leave
Anyways.
the internet stuff up to me, all right?
Yeah, okay, fine. we'll do. Yeah. So, real talk though, did some videoing of the Zachem. If you guys want to, I mean, here you go. You'll peep. This is just inside info. I don't know if it'll be on this episode just because of technical difficulties, but we got video intro coming real soon.
Yeah.
Real soon. You guys coming in on this? Join us.
Hell
Join
yeah.
us for the video.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We're
So
doing
that's what we were
production
doing
quality
in
things.
Boston, is just grabbing some clips for a little intro video, which you'll see eventually.
Yeah, and it will evolve. If sound off in the comments if you'd like to maybe get in on an intro. We're gonna do squad up at different sporting events
Hell
throughout
yeah.
the seasons.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, let's see what we can get going on.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
It would be
If the-
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, some tailgating. I'm thinking the Patriots are.
We got to bond with the followers, you know?
Absolutely.
We got to meet them.
Yeah, some Boston's Big Four tailgating is all I have to say.
Hell yeah. I'm
We gotta
about
make
it.
it happen.
I'm about it. So, yeah, we were at the Garden the other day. Bruins starting Thursday against the Dallas Stars. It's been a very quiet off season. Not much hype surrounding the start of the season. There really hasn't been much talk about the season starting at all. It kind of snuck up on me. I just realized a couple days ago. I was like, oh, it's this week. But, yeah, Bruins are back. The Bears are back.
The Bears are back, baby. Don't you be mistaken. Don't you be mistaken. Don't you be mistaken. You better understand. You better understand. That's my, jazz room.
So that's
version.
So that's that.
Let's not clip that one. Cut. You know what? Cut that. Cut that out.
Now we're keeping that.
Cut that out. No,
We're
cut that
keeping
out. Cut that out.
Score predictions for the Bruins on Thursday?
Bruins. I think it's.
I don't know.
Bruins
I don't know
3-2.
much about the Dallas Stars at all, so I'm just gonna wing it. And,
Oh, Dallas. You know what? I'm sorry. I was originally Bruins 3-2. I think it's gonna be Bruins 4-1.
All right. I'm gonna go.
And there's gonna be 4 fights. 1 fight for every goal, because Dallas is gonna be so dang pissed. They're gonna be so dang pissed.
I'm gonna go Bruins.
I canceled for that accent.
What accent was that?
It was supposed to be Texas, but it wasn't. It was something
That was
bad.
a horrible
It
Texas.
was something bad.
What was it?
Might have been North Carolina.
All right.
North Carolina has that very
let's
thick
stick to like the
accent.
accents that we're good at.
No,
we'll do that.
dude. Oh, shade, dude.
My bad.
Whatever, man. We'll tweak on the Texas accent. Sound off in the comments if my Texas was okay. We'll figure it
do
out.
that.
We're working on it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Bruins 3, Stars 1. Yeah, we're going 3-1. What did you say?
3-1?
4-1?
Yeah, I said 4-1 because I feel like Texas, they don't
I
want to
have like
much.
a way different score than you though.
Yeah, but Texas doesn't skate that much, so they'll only get 1 goal no matter what.
Dude, the players aren't from Texas.
Yeah, but it's Texas. They're outside. It's warm. They don't like the cold. They're sick of it.
Yeah, you're right. They play outside. I didn't think about that part.
No, I mean, they live outside. It's just hot, so they're going to be all
They
like,
live
you know
outside.
what?
They don't have houses down there.
Bro.
Dude, Texas sounds
Oh, my
whack.
God. They live in a warm climate. Yeesh. Yeesh. But, you know, I just have a feeling that they're not as adjusted as the Bruins are. So the Bruins are going to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean the Bruins
Based
are
solely on the climate that they live in. Just mind
that's
it.
what we're
mind
going
you.
on.
Yeah, I'm going based on climate 4-1 Bruins.
All right. Well, I'm going. I'm
And
going
I also-
4-3. 4-3 Bruins.
4-3 Bruins.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one.
You're really putting Tuca in a weird spot on his special episode.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
4
a little
nothing.
upset.
4-0.
Yeah.
Shut out. Tuca.
4-0. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm the one who's disrespecting him by accident. I didn't mean to. I'm saying you're gonna let up a goal, Tuca. You might do it.
No, I'm still going with 4-3.
Ah.
I can't change my prediction.
God.
That's why.
Then it's definitely gonna be 4-1.
I can't change my prediction.
All right, we're keeping it 4-1. Everyone, sound off in the comments if we're the best predictors ever. It might be psychic. I've said this in past episodes, so I know exactly what scores are going to be.
I've
all
been
the
pretty
time.
good at predicting things in the past. I've been good at predicting records. Last year, I predicted the Patriots would be 11-5, and they were.
Nice.
There was a streak I went on, like 3 years in a row. I got within 2 wins of what the Celtics record would be. I guess like 50 wins, and they got 48. Like I was within 2 for 3 years in a row.
Oh wow, super accurate.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm nice with the predictions. I don't gamble though.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to be risking too much on that.
No.
But the predictions are, based on your informed decision, can be pretty accurate. You can.
Yeah, absolutely. Celtics this year. By the way, Celtics just started camp. They had their media day a couple days ago as well. And
Anything good to
Celtics
say?
this year will have, what did they have, 48 wins last year? I'm going to say 52. Yeah. 52-30.
For the season?
Yep.
All right.
52-30.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust you with that one. Because I have no specific numbers to throw out.
That's just what I'm throwing out there
Yeah.
right now. We got they're just starting camp. Haven't started the preseason yet. We still got a couple weeks, more than a couple weeks before the season. But I'm looking forward to this Celtics team. Last year there was a lot of hype around the team, and it seemed like that kind of went to their heads, and they were kind of just tense, and they never found the chemistry. And this year, there's not a lot of pressure. I mean, I wouldn't say there's not a lot of pressure. There's always a lot of pressure in Boston, but they're kind of flying under the radar this year. There's not as much hype surrounding them. And from what I've seen,
pressure could be off.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I mean, just from them interacting at media day the other day, like they just seem to be, having, enjoying each other's company, and they just seem to be a more loose,
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's a better way to be.
More camaraderie. So.
Oh, what was the movie? What was the movie? Glory Road, where
great movie.
The team's having also great messages, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
The shout out Glory Road.
Yeah, excellent movie.
It's so I forget. I don't know if it's like the championship game or it's like one of those games where the coach realizes he's like, my style's not working here. So he tells them, he's like, yo, play your game.
Mm-hmm.
So then they do all the street ball throwing behind the back and stuff,
Alley-oops
and they
all
just
that.
really slap it down, and it's amazing.
Yep.
And that could be them this season. That could be the Celtics. We need that.
It could be.
If you're loosey-goosey, it just kind of shows that, like, when you're in the flow, you're in your game. That's when you play the best. Yeah. And I think when people are under pressure with high expectations, like, oh, we're a championship team, like we were saying with the Red Sox, you feel that way throughout the season, you are more likely to fall apart because you're like, these are the gaps that I have to fill. And then throughout the process, you might make mistakes. You're going to feel like you're not living up to your expectations. Rather than having fun, you're going to let those mistakes roll off your back because you're just like, we're having fun.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll make it to the top because that's, just how you go. Plow through it. Have fun.
Right.
And refine yourself. So, I expect...
Take your job seriously, but don't overthink it. Just go out there and have fun playing a sport like you've been doing since you were a child. Like, that's really all it is. Obviously, there's more thinking involved, but as you get older. But at the end of the day, you're just playing a game, and you can't let egos get in the way. You just got to play, within the flow of the team, not worry about your own numbers, all that cliche shit, but it's true.
And I feel that in the past, especially, Celtics have shown, like, extraordinary camaraderie, like, with all the nicknames and all the closeness and everything.
I mean,
it's
the Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce Celtics were.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean, Kevin Garnett was the glue that, like, held that together, and he was a unique personality, and there's not a lot of guys like him in the league anymore. Like, he was an old
constantly
school.
Talking.
He was an old school type of guy. Yeah. Like, and he seriously, although he put up big numbers because he was so good, he legitimately did not care about personal achievements, and, like, you could feel it when he talked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was, like, all about the team. He said we. He never said I. Like, he was all
about. It's important,
Yeah. So that type of stuff is definitely what they were missing last year, and I think they'll hopefully have more of that this year. Kemba seems like a really, poised leader, better leader than Kyrie was, and there's just a lot of, fun personalities on the team, and, hardworking guys who just show up and play basketball and, avoid all the drama, which will be good this year. Taco Fall. 7 foot, 7'7"?
Jeez. Shout out Giant.
Yeah.
Giant man.
Taco. we had that on a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about him, and you said shout out Giants, not the football team.
Yeah.
So Taco Fall, I listened to an interview with him on the radio this morning. He's an interesting guy. He's really already becoming a fan favorite. I'm hoping he makes the team. It's not official that he's made the roster yet. 7'6", not 7'7".
Is he natural? Like, there's no. Do we know his medical history? Because usually there's issues, I guess, when you're that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
And also,
exactly. He's just really big.
Yeah, if he's that big due to, like, one of those, like, growth syndromes, he'd probably be out of whack in, like, a few years.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's happened in the past. You remember Yao Ming?
Yeah, exactly. He actually was coming to mind. There's other very similar people.
He was, elite for like 3 years, and then he had problems with his legs and whatever.
Yeah.
So, that
Was
that
he?
can't happen.
Did he have one of those tumors? I know that like there's certain places.
I don't know what his issue was, but I know he dealt with a lot of injuries.
Mm. Yeah, I
And
know.
when you're that
when you have
big,
those glandular disorders, and you just keep.
When you're that big, I think you don't have really strong bones or whatever. I don't know.
I can imagine, yeah, the amount of nutrients your body would need to supply all that size, and if you can't, I mean, it's probably not just nutrients, but just like organ function.
Taco Fall, I heard once ate 8 large pizzas to the dome.
Ate a whole large pizza to the dome?
8 large pizzas.
I was like, yeah, people can eat a whole pizza.
No,
but
I can do that. I'll do that right now.
Them. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
8 large pizzas to the dome.
He's Michael Phelps, but times 10.
It's crazy.
I wonder if him and Michael Phelps went and hung out. How much could they chief at a restaurant? They could probably take a place out.
Probably.
They just pull around Swanson. Give me all of the bacon and eggs that you have. And they start walking away. He's like, I think you misheard me. I want all of the bacon and eggs that you had. Shout out Parks and Rec. Sorry, totally stolen.
No, it's all good. You don't even have to shout him out.
I have to.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's a great show.
Ennis Cantor. I'm just looking up what he's been up to lately because he's always doing shit. We talked about him a few episodes ago. You know, he opened all the basketball camps. He was on WWE. He was at the State House recently doing something.
Doing stuff for the kids.
Yeah, doing stuff for the kids.
Listen to the kids.
He's been really involved in politics. He's Turkish, and he's been, like, going at the Turkish government. Like, I don't know. He has beef with them or something. But he's always making headlines, and it's not bad stuff. It's like he's just a very active person. You know what I mean? Like, he has a lot to say, obviously. I still got to watch his interviews from Media Day the other day. I'm sure they were interesting. Yeah. But, yeah, he seems like a really interesting guy to have around, and he's a really good player. So, you know, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, Celtics this year. So, yeah, a few weeks until they start. Bruins starting Thursday, so the winter teams are gearing up.
Oh, yeah. Get your cuddle buddy. Get some popcorn. Let's watch these games.
Hell
watch
yeah.
the Boston sports
Hell
win.
yeah.
Let's do this.
I like how, like, different sports represent, you know, different seasons. Like, football's the fall, baseball's the summer, and hockey and basketball are the winter, and then they go into the spring, obviously. You know, and they all overlap. Like, the end of the season goes into a different season, but, like...
But it's true. They all kind of you have different feelings associated with each one, and they all just carry you through the seasons, and they all feel. And so this is just a climate thing, because I mean, hey, this is Boston's Big Four. We're Boston people. I can't imagine what it would be like to go through my entire year and have it be sunny the entire time. Yeah. So if it was December and I'm watching like hockey and basketball, and I'm thinking like, what's going on with outside, and it's warm.
Right.
I'm just like, how
it wouldn't feel right.
I would feel like I want to be watching baseball or
like
playing.
When you leave
outside.
a Celtics or Bruins game, you got to put your coat on, and you know, it's freezing. You got to
exactly. It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's
you
an
barely
adventure.
Want to get out of your car,
exactly.
But you got to go. You bought
like
these tickets.
You force yourself. You bought those tickets. You force yourself to go into the city, freeze your ass off. You finally get into that warm arena, and you know you warm up.
Even though it's all icy and it's got to be cold to a degree.
Yeah. So and you know that's why winter sports are played indoors, because it's supposed to be cold out in the winter, but some places it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I mean, I know that was kind of a long-winded way to just say like I'm used to the cold and my season's changing. Yeah. But it's weird. I can't imagine Halloween being a warm, sunny day. I think that it's like a fall leaves on the ground day.
Yeah, warm, sunny, you know, weather is baseball weather. It's
exactly.
That's when you know, shorts and a t-shirt, go out to Fenway. You're out in the open air, just enjoying the night, and then when it's cold, you go inside to the garden. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then, you know, football's kind of a crapshoot because it can be cold in the in the fall, and then we play into the winter too. In playoff games, it's obviously freezing at Gillette.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel like people underestimate how really cold you can get sitting in the stands.
there are some times when the Patriots play at Gillette in January and it's like 10 degrees, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm at home watching this game.
Oh,
I would not enjoy that.
Yeah,
as much as I love the Patriots, like, I got a better view here and I'm warm. So
overpaying for
to freeze your ass off.
Particularly if you were in like bad seats too, if you just had to like paid for like balcony or something way back.
All the way up in the nosebleeds, the wind's whipping like cuz then you're above tree level, so you got the wind just flying in.
I'm sure the diehards love it, but it just not that I wouldn't consider myself a diehard, but I'm not willing to face all the elements.
I mean, I've said before, I'd rather go to a Sox, Bruins, or Celtics game than a Patriots game, just because I would enjoy going to Boston more than Foxborough, and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty much.
Yeah, I've been to one Patriots game.
Yeah, I've been to one regular season game. I've been to some preseason games, but I'm excited to go to some Celtics games this year and Bruins.
Oh yeah.
We should get into some music though.
We should. There's a lot going on. We actually we had some on-site representation at a recent show at the Middle East. First of all, shout out Leeds. And shout out for producing the whole thing he had put on the show. Middle East main producer and manager. And this was a show, the Palmer Squares. We might have talked about this on another podcast. Nasty's opening for the Palmer Squares. Local guy Nasty. He's toured with across the country. He's lived in L.A. for a while. He's done a lot of stuff. So opened for them. I got a little... Got some merch. I got to see the Palmer Squares group from Chicago I've shouted out before. It was a nice...
Many times.
Yeah, many times. Everyone is probably familiar with the Palmer Squares who's heard me talk. Yeah, they should be. They're great. But it turns out they're close friends with Nasty. They even stayed at his house, during the... when they were in Boston, they stayed at his house.
Just this past...
Tuesday, this past Tuesday.
Oh, they stayed at his house. Wow.
Yeah, so they're
look at that.
They're close like that. So it's shout out these guys.
They're like Tom Brady, Antonio Brown close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Staying at each other's houses.
Yeah, as long as they need until you can get established. But yeah, I just wanted to make that quick shout out because I believe Nasty's been on the podcast before, if I recall correctly.
No, he has not.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Oh my God, I thought he had.
We're hoping to get him on very soon.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So we discussed it, and I guess it could. We're in the works. We'll see what happens. Not to jump the gun, but
no, we'll get him on. We got a few guests coming up.
Yeah, we got a few guests lined up. Yeah, stay tuned. Anyone who wants to hear local music, real interviews, real talk, it's all out here. So let's make it happen.
Someone who is a former guest, or two people actually, woke. That is Lateb and Oblivious, members of Headshots, who many of you know. I went to their video shoot a couple weekends ago, so that was fun.
Catch Boston's Big Four in the video.
Yeah, I was in the video. It was a good time. Met a lot of cool people. I met John Glass. Shout out to John Glass. Talked to him about coming on the podcast eventually. So, made some good connections, and thank you to them, Lateb and Oblivious, for having me. There was lots of good food, good vibes. I ended up staying for a while and, just hanging out. The video itself was very creative. Definitely look out for that. Oblivious, wrote the whole script for it, and he was telling us all. There was a bunch of people there, and he was telling us all what to do, and he had to yell at me a couple times to get my hands out of my pockets.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Dude, I didn't know what to do with my hands. Let me tell you something.
No one does, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well, here's the thing. My personal opinion on videos is like, do one of everything, and then
I started running out of things to do with my hands.
I guess that's true.
You can't just do the same.
Start rolling the dice.
Yeah, no, it's too much. I didn't want to steal the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can.
I could really
tell you.
break it down if you want me to, but
Yeah,
I could really.
It always seems to work out in the end, especially for rap stuff, because they'll like slow it down or like.
Oh, they'll
you
figure
just-
it out.
You're doing like this.
They'll
stuff,
figure
and
it
they'll
out.
Just be like,
They'll
like,
figure it
make you
out.
look extra cool.
Yeah,
So,
no, they'll make
post-production.
me look cool. Shout out to the dudes that were shooting it.
Yeah, video
Carl
producers
Bonecci
really
was one
making
of
the
them.
magic.
John Mooney was there. I forget who else was shooting, but shout out to them. Look out for that video coming out. Woke. So yeah, if you're ever gonna be in a rap video, just like figure out before you go what you're gonna do with your hands.
Of God, yeah, use your hands.
No, before I'm serious. Have a plan when you go in there. Like figure out.
Use your hands.
Yeah, figure out what you're gonna do with your hands. Watch some videos and see what other rappers do with their hands, and people in the background of rap videos. You can always go with the Birdman hand rub. That's
yeah, roll some Play-Doh.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
when the
but you
beat's
can't
so
do it
fire.
too much. That's the thing. You got to switch it up.
Yeah,
So,
well then you gotta
it's
lick
tough.
your lips, make like a little snap with your hand,
Yeah.
and then go back to rolling the Play-Doh.
No, it's tough. It's a whole
yeah, I
skill
mean,
in itself.
there's some people who rap, and then there's other people who are in music videos
Right.
specifically. Yeah, it's hard. There's the girls that twerk. That's like a whole crew. That's a company that you got to call.
Yeah.
You can't just have
But
girls to twerk.
Yeah. But that's only one thing they got to do. They can just twerk the whole video and then.
Yeah, but those are just
Yeah.
they're specialists. You can't just get any girl to twerk.
I guess so.
As far as I'm aware. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's like a learned skill. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, you got to pick them out.
What else for music?
Sorry, I threw us off with music video twerking and the different roles that people
That's literally
take.
not the first time that's happened on this podcast. So.
Shout out Lord Juke.
Absolutely. Justin Clancy.
Making
I was-
moves. Last Boston
I was gonna
show.
shout out this show in case the tickets weren't sold out yet, and then like an hour ago he posted in the Facebook group that they're sold out now. So
No.
like you can't get them at the door or anything. So if you're going, you're going. If you're not, you're not. If you're going, I'll see you there. But yeah, it's his last show before he moves to LA and becomes famous and shit.
$10 in my savings. One
Yeah,
cigarette
he's
in
about
my
to have more
ashtray.
than $10 in his savings.
Especially now.
Mm.
Gotta have that bag, yo. I saw him
Get
doing
the
setup
bag.
for a show. Show might have
Get the
happened.
back
actually.
up the Brinks truck,
Yeah. Get the bag. Get the bag. Back at the Brinks truck. Keeping it safe.
We're
Keep
just
it
backing
secure.
up the Brinks truck,
Doing
my
it nice.
babies. Shout out Crystalia.
Shout out Crystalia. Just having cash, yeah.
Yeah, so let's play some music though.
Yeah, let's get some songs out here.
Riggz. We obviously got to start with Riggz.
Shout out Riggz.
Shout out Riggz.
Shout out Big Crit.
Shout out Big Crit. BC High alumni.
BC High alumni.
Emmanuel Riggins.
Wagwan Brethren.
Yeah, Riggz though, he moved down to Atlanta a few months ago.
Yeah.
And he's obviously been doing huge things down there. He teamed up with Big Crit, so.
That's pretty sick. It's big moves. Definitely impressed. It's interesting. There's a few people we've gone to high school with that are making big music moves.
Alec McGilvery too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same
Country.
deal. And I don't if you've heard Liam McCain. He's in a band.
Yeah, he's in a band too.
War on Alexandria.
War on Alexandria, yes.
And the Helen Trio. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
That
if
was
that's
the other one,
the
yeah.
same or if they're just.
War on Alexandria is the new one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the newest formation, but I don't know that they still. I'm sure there's offshoots.
Yeah, a lot of talent. A lot of talent coming
a
out
lot
of
of
there.
talent coming out of that
Easty has a
And
song
Easty.
coming out very soon.
area. Bringing the gas.
Who's it featuring?
Hashtag don't call it a comeback.
INF and someone else.
There is another feature on there. Ooh,
But yeah, look out for that. We'll obviously play it on the podcast when it drops because that's
absolutely.
the homie. That's the homie. That's not only the homie. That's the co-host, who we left the seat empty for him
Yeah,
today.
we poured a few out for him. He's still Habitat for Humanity. Actually, I'm I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. This is
What?
really hard. This is hard. I lied. Tonight, he wasn't at Habitat for Humanity.
What was he
Tonight,
doing?
he's sick.
He
God
is
damn it. I just didn't want to say it before. But I couldn't hold it up.
He's not that
I care.
sick.
I care about my fans.
He has a cold. He'll be fine.
But it just couldn't come to. It didn't want to get us sick. I respect it. I'm just saying. I want the fans to know I'm honest.
I think they appreciate that.
I just need the fans to know I'm honest. This particular week, he wasn't still at Habitat for Humanity. I just thought it would be an easy thing to say.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I crumbled.
But at least we've been honest up until this point.
I crumbled. Yeah, I crumbled.
At least
I
we've been
crumbled
honest
here.
about his whereabouts this entire time until now.
I have
So.
never told a lie up
Nope.
until right now.
No, it was the first lie that Owen has ever told.
This is my first lie. And I'm
Um,
so sorry. I copped to it. I just want everyone to know that's just the case, all right?
Hey, it takes
All
a big man to admit
But
that.
anyways,
So.
chill.
Riggz.
Chill, big crit.
No longer Riggz too nice. He's just Riggz now, okay?
It's an awesome song, awesome video.
Yes.
And they're
like
both
Big
featured
Crit's
in
in
it.
the video. Like they're homies. How
Yeah.
cool is that, man? I was
Pretty
listening
cool.
to Big Crit, when I was going to high school with Riggz.
Yeah, it's probably
Like,
he was probably listening
He was
to him
listening
as
to
well.
him too. I know he
Yeah,
was. I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, yeah, that's big. That's big. So yeah, this one's called "Chill," Riggz, Boston's own, featuring the one and only Big Crit. Here it is.
I just need some girl, I can't with just chill. Girl, I can't with just chill. Always acting like love is some kind of business deal. Now you're asking for a ring on it, but I don't know if it's real. Nigga get pesos, that's all that you would reveal.
Girl, why can't we just chill? Girl, why can't we just chill? Always acting like love is a kind of business deal. Now you want me put a ring on it, but I don't know how you feel. Use a brother, get pesos, that's all that you have revealed. I don't know where I'm gonna be next week. Never mind the rest of our lives, so why you pushing for a lock and key? If I love you, I love you. Sitting there right in my chest, and my heart's where you'll always be. Nowadays we get caught up in the form of things. Want a baby in a diamond ring that we don't ever stop to consider. If the love grow bitter, then some things are bound to change. What about the marriages that's unfulfilled? When the house ain't a home and it's just a bill. And the kids that suffer cause the love is forced. Cause dad hate mom, that's without remorse. Cause mama said fuck you, make put a ring on my finger. I don't really even love you anyways. But I need a ring and a baby, so fuck you. Pay me that love, it was all charade. Oh God, girl, that's out of order. Got to change like a roller quarters. Need the priest to excise the demons. Splash the devil with the holy water. So why can't we chill? Dig our toes into the dirt. Find our place in this earth. Get a hold first. You and I know our worth. Some marriage and a kid might
Girl,
work.
why can't we just chill? Girl, why can't we just chill? Always acting like love is some kind of business deal.
Chill, 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 chill.
Riggz, Big Crit.
Amazing.
Big time collab for the homie Riggz right there.
That's a banger. That's a party song. That's an all the
It's
time
a chill
song.
song too.
Yeah, it's a chill song.
You
It's a
know?
great song.
It's in the title.
And why do they have to make love feel like a business deal?
Yeah, I
Why?
don't like that. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, not they like Riggz and Big Crit. I just mean
no,
they.
like, yeah.
Why? I mean,
you
come
mean
on.
them? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I get
they.
it.
They, them.
Nobody
Help
should
us
be
out,
making
throw us a
love.
bonehead.
Nobody should be making love a business deal.
Yeah, keep it out of it.
It's,
Separation of church and state. They said that once, you know?
Big facts.
Big facts, big crit, big rigs. It's out here. They're real good, honestly.
Big Crit's one of the best.
Well, yeah, we know Big Crit is
And then
established
Riggz-
out there.
and Riggz is
Riggz is upcoming big right now, skyrocketing.
yeah.
So
Check out his EP, Last Day in November, which came out last November. If you haven't heard that yet, listen to it. Some jams on there. Check out his single "Remember the Drip." Also, it's a great song.
I
Yeah,
get my bag.
he's got
I'm in my satchel.
exactly. You
I'm
know
in my
it.
knapsack.
Yeah, he's got some bangers. Murderer too. I like a lot of his songs. Yeah, so shout out to Riggz.
Shout out Riggz.
Next, we got to get into Gangstar.
Gangstar.
Rest in peace, Guru.
R.I.P. Unreleased tracks, though.
Yeah, some unreleased bars from Guru.
Or stolen vocals?
Recently released.
This said 5.
Recently released. Yeah, it's first Gangstar track to come out since he passed away, and it happens to feature J. Cole, one of the best in the game.
Wow. Announced,
and he announced that this would be his last feature that he's doing, J. Cole. So pretty big for his last feature. And of course, Guru, originally from Boston, moved to New York, linked up with DJ Premier, and then the whole Gangstar thing took off. But he's a Boston guy.
Big Boom Bap shouts out.
Yep. He actually attended Cohasset High School, which I learned by reading his Wikipedia page.
Born and bred, thorough.
He's from Boston. He grew up in Boston, but somehow attended through like Metco or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's I was pretty interested.
Nice to anyone who's confused.
Yeah,
Cohasset's a real nice
Cohasset
town.
is nice.
And I'm sure their schools are great. They probably have great SATs. Or MCAS, whatever.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
Jerusalem Road. Check it out. Jeru's Cruise.
Shouts out Jeru's Cruise. You know what it is.
Yeah, but Gangstar. Boston legend Guru is. And this song
so
was
is Riggz.
definitely... And so was Riggz also. And this song was definitely cool to hear. It was cool to hear, J. Cole.
It is pretty legendary.
Kinda,
it's pretty historic regardless.
The best in the game right now, teaming up with a legend that is no longer with us, unfortunately. But to hear that is pretty incredible. So check out this song. It's called Family and Loyalty, Gangstar featuring J. Cole.
La familia es todo.
Like a freshly cut diamond.
Diamonds are forever like family and loyalty, or real rap songs like Cream or my melody. Diamonds are forever like my infinite thought, like respect in the hood that can't be bought. Diamonds are forever like family and loyalty, or real rap songs like Cream or my melody. Diamonds are forever like my infinite thought, like respect in the hood that can't be bought. Word up. Diamonds, diamonds.
Like a freshly cut diamond.
Diamonds are forever like friends that'll kill for you. Went up in a jewelry store, burglary, steal for you. Bill with you, split the diamond in two, ice blue. Twice you try to disrespect our kinship, I don't like you. And now you axed out the fam, but I'm cashing checks with Premier on this jam. Robin Leach, interviews on the beach. When we shake hands, nothing but ice on the reach. And I teach like the rap Reverend Ike, without the perm I preach. There's more you need to learn, I return for my streets. Gaining my wealth, training myself for corny confrontation with haters who be playing themselves. Diamonds, I like my world of rap. Yo, rhyming, it's like a world of crap. And a diamond is like a fly girl that's strapped.
And you can't beat that with a bat.
There it is.
It was amazing. Had that real
Are we
old school
playing?
feel.
Are we live?
We are.
All right. Yeah, old school feel. DJ Premier, always, never made a whack beat in his life. It's cool to see that song. Obviously with J. Cole being on it, it's been talked about a lot. So it's cool to see that kind of attention, that kind of light being shed on Gangstar. Hopefully it'll bring some young fans on to them, who hadn't heard them before, hadn't heard Guru before.
Absolutely.
There was actually a billboard up in Times Square promoting that song a couple weeks ago.
That's so interesting.
Picture of DJ Premier and Guru up
and
there.
that really shows the significance of its, historical value,
Absolutely.
and not just the musical value. Promoting one single song on a billboard. I don't know of any other.
Yeah, I don't know. Joyner was on a billboard in Times Square recently.
Really?
Yeah.
For an album?
I don't know what it was for exactly. But he was on a billboard in Times Square.
He's probably doing movies and stuff now. He's big.
So yeah, Joyner's a big deal.
Shut up.
So we're gonna wrap it up with
Wappa. We keep getting the weirdest wrapping papers. They make the weirdest sounds. Wappa. This is wrapping it up.
We have a video thing now. You can't,
Oh.
they can see what's going on. They're gonna know when we're actually not going to get paperwork too.
They don't know what I'm doing right here behind my computer screen.
That's true.
Wrapping anything. So
Who knows what the hell you're doing behind that computer screen? We're
Don't
gonna
look.
leave that
Please
between
don't
you
look.
and the Lord.
yeah, please don't look. The Lord's not looking. We have a special deal.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up with amillie.
Amillie,
Not the song-
Amillie,
yeah,
Amillie,
not the
Amillie,
song by
Amillie,
Lil Wayne.
Amillie,
This is an artist by the name of Amillie, from Boston.
Don't
You
be confused.
might not have heard of him yet because he's slowly starting to bubble, but he's not extremely well known as of yet. I was just looking the song up on YouTube, and a bunch of comments were saying, "Oh, I found this in a football highlight video on Instagram."
Ooh.
So apparently, it got used. It wasn't mine,
Oh, Boston's big.
but
the
I have
videos.
I have been making highlight videos lately. I used King from '98. I used Dutch Rebel, and I'll be making more with local artists. So
Oh yeah, let's do it.
absolutely. But yeah. So Amillie, this song is called Trouble. And I'm probably going to use it on a highlight video at some point. Why not?
Big trouble.
Yeah, this is a banger, so here it is.
Boston's Big Four, episode 40. Bruh, bruh.
Episode 2, Garask. Go Pats. And Bruins.
And Sox.
These niggas sound crazy.
All my life I had a clock and it just like I'm working doubles. Only way that I'ma gain some shit is when I'm in the hustle. Only way that I'ma bear some shit is if I get some muscle. Demon steady on me lurking, pacing, trying to see me struggle. Steady trying to save a city, coming straight up out the rubble. Gotta make the winning ride, I gotta hike it out the huddle. All these people showing love and always asking for a rebuttal. Gotta check myself again before I'm caught up in some trouble. Trouble. Yeah, these niggas steady creeping, these niggas steady sleeping. Right now I'm playing defense, before I have to meet them. Don't make me have a reason, these women change like seasons. I got them always leaving, I'm always hungry eating. My knees are in the semen, don't really have no feelings. Feel like I'm in the deep end, I need to find the meaning. I gotta see the vision, and I see you politicking about the lie to make it work. See, I'm really trying to feel like the lines within your curves. Got you sitting right on top, got you bouncing with that vert. Cause you need me in your life to break your back and make you squirt. And I know you got it, and I know you want it. All this money that I'm getting, and I know you stop it. All this money that I'm flogging, all this L I'm popping. All this money that I'm getting, and I know you stop it. It's all this shit I'm dodging. Trouble, please believe me, you don't need me, I'm trouble. Nah, 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 I'm trouble. Eh, eh, trouble. All my life I had a clock and it just like I'm working doubles. Only way that I'ma gain some shit is when I'm in the hustle. Only way that I'ma bear some shit is if I get some muscle. Demon steady on me lurking, pacing, trying to see me struggle. Steady trying to save the city, coming straight up out the rubble. Gotta make the winning ride, I gotta hide it out the huddle. All these people showing love and always asking for a rebuttal. Gotta check myself again before I'm caught up in some trouble. Trouble, yeah. This life is fucking lethal, don't really talk to people. I'm choosing lesser evil, they're out here to deceive you. Cause when they watch it see through, feeling pins and needles. They really gas you diesel, then watch you burn and leave you. Prioritize the money, they will not take it from me. They really know what's coming, don't play me like a dummy. I have gorillas jumping, this shit ain't nothing to me. This shit ain't nothing funny. And I know I really said I really try to put you first. And I know I swear to God, prayed in church. Gotta punch that 9 to 5, overtime, put in work. Gotta go before I'm out up and I'm down up in the dirt. And I know that you wanna all that Louis and Prada, all that Dolce Gabbana, all that shit is designer. Well, excuse me, your honor, I don't want no more problems. Baby, I said no drama, and I swear to my mama, all because I'm trouble. Trouble. Na 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 na, I'm trouble. Trouble. All my life I had a clock and in just like I'm working doubles. Only way that I'ma gain some shit is when I'm in the hustle. Only way that I'ma bear some shit is if I get some muscle. Demon steady on me, lurking basic, trying to see me struggle. Steady trying to save the city, coming straight up out the rubble. Gotta make the winning ride, I gotta hide out the huddle. All these people showing love and always asking for a rebuttal. Gotta check myself again before I'm caught up in some trouble. Trouble, yeah. Trouble.